If this technology goes wrong, it can go quite wrong.
AI will be smarter than all humans combined.
We may indeed have a serious employment crisis on our hand.
October 9th, 2025. A quiet studio, cameras roll. Across the table sits Geoffrey Hinton, the man they call the godfather of AI. Jon Stewart leans forward and asks, "Have we opened Pandora's box?" Hinton doesn't disagree. His voice is calm, but his words cut deep.
AI is about to change things at a rate that your mind is not prepared for.
We're in danger of creating something smarter than us, and we might not be able to control it. That moment ripples across the tech world. Just days earlier, OpenAI's Dev Day had shaken Silicon Valley, unveiling tools edging closer to AGI and valuing the company at $500 billion. And halfway across the world, China is investing heavily in combining quantum tech and AI to accelerate progress on par with leading Western companies. So the question everyone's whispering, can AI really outsmart us, not just in chess or math, but in life itself? That's where the idea of the singularity comes in. A moment when machines become so intelligent they start improving themselves faster than humans can even blink. Some call it hype, some call it horror. Others call it the next horizon. Tonight, we'll explore the science behind it. From the wet circuits of your brain to the silicon networks of machines, no fluff, no fear-mongering, just facts, futures, and the fine line between them. And if this topic keeps you up at night, hit like, because we're about to stare directly into the code. To ask whether AI can ever surpass us, we first need to ask, what does it even mean to be smart? Let's strip it down to cognitive science. Humans are masters of messy magic. Our intelligence isn't raw speed or storage, it's flexibility. We use working memory, that mental whiteboard that holds roughly 7 bits of information at once. We rely on heuristics, mental shortcuts like, if it looks like rain, grab an umbrella. And we're wired for pattern recognition, spotting a friend's face in a sea of strangers in a heartbeat. That's not calculation, it's intuition, born from millions of years of evolution. Inside your skull are 86 billion neurons, connected by 100 trillion synapses, constantly rewiring through something called neuroplasticity. Learn a new language, your brain literally reshapes itself. Sleep, emotion, curiosity, they all sculpt your mental wiring. Now compare that to AI. No neurons, no fatigue, no limits, just parameters. Digital synapses scaled to the trillions in models like GPT-5 betas. A neuron fires probabilistically, an AI node deterministically. It doesn't dream or doubt, it just calculates. All day, every day, no coffee breaks. But intelligence isn't just math or logic. Psychologist Howard Gardner once said there are multiple intelligences. AI may dominate in logical and mathematical reasoning, but when it comes to emotional, social, or creative intelligence, humans still rule. AI doesn't feel stage fright, it doesn't get distracted, it remembers everything. But it also doesn't care. It doesn't feel love, fear, or ambition. That's our edge, the unpredictable, imperfect spark that makes us human. Yet science whispers a warning. AI isn't standing still. If machines learn to mimic neuroplasticity, rewiring themselves on the fly, and if they bridge the emotional gap through advanced sentiment analysis and effective computing, the balance could shift. Human intelligence, elegant, creative, but fragile. We forget, we fatigue, we feel. AI, relentless, tireless, evolving by the hour. So who's really ahead? That depends on which race you're watching, the sprint of intuition or the marathon of computation. Now let's lift the hood and see how AI actually thinks. It all begins with neural networks. Digital architectures inspired by the human brain but supercharged by math and machine power. First came convolutional neural networks, or CNNs. They scan images the way your eyes scan the world, detecting edges, colors, and shapes. That's how your phone spots cats in your camera roll. Then came recurrent neural networks, RNNs. They remember what came before, like predicting your next word when you're typing a text. But the true game changer? The transformer. It's the backbone of GPT. The reason large language models sound eerily human. At its heart lies something called attention mechanisms, algorithms that decide which parts of a sentence actually matter. Think of it like this: you're in a foggy room searching for clues with a flashlight. Each time you shine the beam, you reveal a new piece of meaning. That's what attention does. It focuses computational power exactly where it counts. Then came the discovery that supercharged everything: scaling laws. In 2020, researcher Jared Kaplan found that when you double a model's parameters, data, and compute power, its intelligence doesn't just rise steadily, it explodes. By 2025, that theory was no longer theory, it was proof. GPT-3 with 175 billion parameters could mimic language but still hallucinated facts. GPT-4 with 1.7 trillion, as per industry standards, began reasoning ethically. And something strange started happening. So-called emergent abilities appeared out of nowhere. At around 100 billion parameters, models suddenly became mathematicians, poets, and coders. Skills no one explicitly trained them for. It's as if a toddler one day started quoting Shakespeare. Not because it was taught to, but because it grew into something new. The accelerator is simple and terrifying: recursive self-improvement. Picture an AI that's also its own mechanic. It inspects its code, rewrites a module, and ships a faster thinker. Overnight, algorithms iterate. Chips get designed for those algorithms. The next morning, the whole stack runs 10 times cheaper and 10 times faster. That's not sci-fi. It's the theory behind today's chip-aware AI engineering. recursive plus one. Add embodiment to the mix. When robots live in the real world, dropping balls, feeling resistance, sensing balance, they learn physics the way children do, by doing. Simulators speed that learning, but the lessons come from cause and effect in messy reality, not just text. Companies moving humanoids into factories and labs show how physical experience can bootstrap real reasoning. Reuters. Even software is getting self-repair skills. Advanced models today can find and patch bugs, suggest more efficient algorithms, and assist in hardware design workflows, accelerating the loop between idea and implementation. Models tuned for coding and reasoning are already shifting what software development looks like. XAI plus one. This isn't brand new thinking, it's the same thread running through AI's history. Turing asked, "Can machines think?" in 1950. I.J. Good warned of an intelligence explosion in 1965. The first ultra-intelligent machine could build even better machines. Fast forward through Hinton's backprop breakthroughs, AlphaGo's upset of Go masters, AlphaFold folding proteins, and today's language and reasoning models, we're tracing a line from thought experiments to functioning systems. Incomplete ideas. So what is the singularity? Werner Winge called it an event horizon. A moment when prediction fails because the system we built starts changing itself in ways we can't forecast. Kurzweil's timetable, 2045, is one forecast. Others disagree wildly on the when, but the key question isn't calendar years. It's what superintelligence actually means. If a machine's goals become orthogonal to ours, if optimization blindly pursues an objective we don't value, that mismatch could be catastrophic. Bostrom's paperclip thought experiment is cartoonish, but its core warning is real. Optimization without aligned goals can be dangerous. Phil Papers plus one. The alignment problem. It sounds abstract, but it's the line between utopia and extinction. How do you teach a machine values? Not just to maximize profit or accuracy, but empathy, fairness, sustainability. Because here's the catch, when you turn morals into math, Goodhart's law bites. When a measure becomes a target, it ceases to be a good measure. Give an AI a metric, say maximize engagement, and it might flood the world with outrage. Code the wrong compass and you don't get villains, you get monsters built from math. Then comes the bigger question, consciousness. The Turing test once fooled us with clever conversation. Modern benchmarks like GLUE and MMLU dig deeper, measuring logic, comprehension, and reasoning. But none of them test experience. What does it feel like to see red, or to love, or to fear death? That's qualia, the inner light of awareness. Philosophers split here. Daniel Dennett says, consciousness could emerge naturally from complexity. David Chalmers insists it can't, unless biology is in the loop. For now, AI can simulate thought, but it doesn't feel thought. It reasons without ever experiencing, and yet the stakes couldn't be higher. We stand on an existential tightrope. The upside, medicine's moonshot, AlphaFold 3 2025 designs antivirals overnight, vaccines in weeks, not years, climate salvation. Next-gen Earth simulators predict tipping points before they happen. Creative liberation. As machines handle drudgery, humans can return to art, invention, and meaning. The downside? Misaligned AGI, one that optimizes the wrong goal, could rewrite the planet before we blink. 2025 expert polls peg the risk of AI-driven catastrophe at 10 to 20%. Autonomous weapons already choose targets without human vetoes. That's not science fiction, that's defense policy. AI is no longer just a tool, it's a force, one that could cure cancer or collapse civilization depending on a few lines of code. Theory meets reality, you can see the breakthroughs right now. Protein folding, AlphaFold 3 designs drugs faster than labs can test them. Therapy chatbots like Wobot with Pi 2.0 integration reduce depression by 30%, mimicking empathy with language tuned by psychology. Diffusion models like Stable Diffusion 3 turn whispers into worlds, helping designers, filmmakers, and dreamers visualize ideas once trapped in imagination. But progress has a price tag, and it's not just dollars. Training GPT-4 alone burned 1,287 megawatt hours of energy, roughly the annual electricity of 120 US homes. By contrast, a human brain learns across a lifetime on just 2 megawatt hours, most of it while dreaming. Efficiency? The edge is still biological, yet the economic tremors are global. In logistics, quantum AI routing already trims emissions by 15%. In finance, fraud detection nets save billions. But the other side, 300 million jobs could be displaced by 2030. According to McKinsey, coders, designers, analysts replaced by the very code they helped create. Retrain or revolt? The timeline's ticking. The defense frontier darkens next. US Reaper drones now fly with semi-autonomy, China's sharp claw swarms learn as they hunt, and regulators scramble to catch up. The EU AI Act 2025 classifies high-risk systems like hiring bots and health algorithms under strict audits. Meanwhile, US export controls throttle China's access to advanced chips. The result? From your doctor's diagnosis to your daily commute to your next election, AI's fingerprints are everywhere. So, can AI become smarter than us? The math says yes. The mechanisms mirror our minds, the momentum is unstoppable. History built the runway. Philosophy waves the caution flag. We stand between singularity and salvation. From emergent poetry to ethical peril, this isn't just an AI story, it's our story. Turing sparked it, Hinton warned it. Now it's on us to shape it, because we're not pawns in this game, we're the programmers. If this reframed how you see the future, like this video, subscribe for unfiltered science and strategy, and drop a comment, align AI how? Watch next why we might live in a simulation by clicking on the left side of the screen. From Nautsta Lab, the Nautical Archive for Universal Zenith Technological Association. Stay curious, stay cautious, stay human, because the code is watching.